This conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded.
Hello? We can't hear you.
Yes, sir. So we are unable to hear you. Hello, is anyone speaking? Hello. Hello.
Hello, Arvind. We can't hear you.
A minute. Yeah. Sure.
We can hear you.
Hello.
Hello, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Hello. Maybe Sumati, Mike, Vikram.
Yeah, yes, Arvind. Now we are able to hear you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you.
Arvind,
Thank
you're
you.
audible.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Sorry. I think I unmuted, but someone muted it again. Yeah. Sorry about that. Okay. So you didn't. You never heard anything from me, right? Till now.
Yes, Arvind. From the starting of the interview.
Is it audible now? Maybe.
Yes, Arvind.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Maybe we'll continue like this. I'm not wearing headphones. Maybe that's causing the problem. Okay. So let's go back to the session. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. So maybe to ask you, like, in which slide my voice got cut off? Maybe can you guide me? It's from the starting, or it's
Introduction.
like it's from the starting?
Yes, from the starting we are not able to hear you.
Ah, okay, yeah, sure. Okay, we'll start it up. Yeah, so no problem. So this is training. Thanks. So initially, like, thank you guys. Thanks for attending this session. This is a session based on Cypress automation. So we are going to see a tool called Cypress, and I'm the trainer. So my name is Arvind. So basically, a short note about myself. So myself, Arvind, and I have like 11 plus years of experience, and I've used like various technologies in the industry, like WebDrivers, Selenium WebDrivers, Cucumber, TestNG, JUnit, Cypress IO, Jmeter, to go on. and I worked with a few of the clients as listed over here. And as a trainer, I've been like around like 6+ years I've been working as a corporate trainer. So I do train corporates and classes and individual trainings as well. So to move it out, like Cypress, this is the tool that we are going to learn about today, and it's going to be a first introductory session. So we are going to see a lot of stuffs about Cypress, like what's its capability and few installations and configuration stuffs as well. So let's get started. Okay, so Cypress, when you say, so basically it's a web application automation tool. So it's going to be a front end automation. So usually they'll tell it like a front end automation or web automation or any kind of stuffs. So basically Cypress is a way to go, or it's like a latest tool that is available in the market that it can or I can say like it is a very good growth in the right now in the industry currently that is ongoing. And Cypress, it not only automates the web application, it automates APIs as well. So sorry about that, you're able to hear me, right? Just confirming it again.
Yes, sir. We are able to
Yes,
hear you.
yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah. So Cypress is basically, it's not only used to automate the web application, it is also used to automate or to validate or to verify the APIs as well. So API is nothing but a programming interface, which is like a URL given so that we can validate our use cases on that as well. Because when you say like a testing, so always there is a lot of testings available in the industry, out of which when you are going towards the automation tool perspective, so basically we try to automate each and everything available inside the organization or inside our limitations. So when it comes to inside our limitations, what's the meaning about is like whatever we are trying to do a repetitive task or repetitive item, so everything we try to automate it out. So what repetitive task or what repetitive things is like basically a web application, it might be a mobile application, it might be a API testing, it might be, and even it can be up to a certain extent a performance testing as well. So all these things are nothing but things that we test it quite often, because when you go to an industry you have a lot of you work in a agile, a sprint, a scrum, a kanban, a waterfall model, or anything. So anything is available, there is going to be a release available. So whenever there is a release, you're going to test the entire application from top to bottom, and you're going to report a bug, or you're going to report any hindrance available, all these things. So to do it again and again, basically you need to have some type of tool, so that on a click on a button it, or when you give a shortcut key like control n or something, it runs. So that type of automation only we are going to see about it today. So that is one of the tool that we are going to see is like Cypress. So it's going to be a web application. So what and all it's going to be automate, like web application, API, and who can automate. So anyone can automate it out. So when I say anyone, it's nothing but it's an open source tool. Even you can download the particular application and you can run it out. And any platforms, whether it's going to be a Mac or it's going to be a Windows or any platform, it can easily automate. So to name a few, Linux, Mac, Windows, anything, it can work on it actually. And the version that we use it is like we use always the latest version. So it's always best to use the latest one, because we have a lot of upgrades, a lot of new functionalities, a lot of things that Cypress community gives, that you can use it up or we can use it up. And what is the coding language that is supported? So basically Cypress supports two coding languages. One is like or you can say it as scripting languages. One is JavaScript and TypeScript. So don't worry about why does it support only two languages, because Cypress was basically developed in order to run Angular or a React application. Run in the sense like automate a React or Angular application, because back in the days, like say around like 5-6 years down the lane, there was only one tool which is majority of the people were using it, which was finding some difficulty in automating Angular and React application. So to overcome that, there came a particular tool which we call it as a Cypress. So Cypress was built to the JavaScript and Node framework, So that's why the native language JavaScript comes into picture, and TypeScript is one more language which is upcoming or used by everyone, uh, maybe whoever is a developer or sometimes an automation tester can also use the TypeScript as well. So that is one more trending language that is being used. So this is the basic about Cypress. So any doubts here so far till now? uh, I'm assuming no doubt so far. So let's move on to the competitor part. So who are the competitors of the Cypress? So Cypress has like say competitors, like I can list it out, only two competitors available so far in an industry. One is the Playwright and the Selenium. So how many of you has worked as an automation tester previously? Maybe you can ping in the chat or unmute yourself. No worries, like all automation are tend to be very easy, so it's not a difficult part. Even if you have worked only in the manual or you are going to transition from manual to automation is also fine. But have you guys worked on any of these tools like Playwright or Selenium?
Yes.
Okay, thanks Vinayak. So may I know which tool you have worked into? Maybe Selenium?
Yeah, I work on the Selenium Java and Playwright Java.
Oh, awesome, awesome. That's good. So I think Vikram is unmuted. Maybe how about you, Vikram? You have something to tell? Okay, no
Selenium,
problem.
Java.
Java. Okay. Okay, great, great, great. So one thing is sure, like whoever knows Selenium, Selenium or Playwright or something, basically Cypress will be more easier. But whoever doesn't know these two tools, it will be more easier for you, because to know these Playwright and Cypress and then comparing it with Cypress, it will be a more like a critical job actually. But you don't know anything, you learn Cypress, it's going to be a straightforward and very pretty much very good tool. So that's wherein I meant. So it's not bad to know like all the tools. It's really good to know all the tools because it's an emerging industry, and you need to know all the tools that is required to grab you a job or to land you a perfect job or to make you more comfortable in the playing with the automation. So it is good to know all the three things. If you know, it is really best. But if you know Cypress or Selenium, Playwright or Selenium, Selenium or Cypress, so it's going to be really great for you. So it's going to be add an advantage. So mostly like whenever you see it out, like Cypress and Playwright will be more or less compared with each other, because Selenium is out of scope, because Selenium has been dominating the industry for around like a decade old. So I'm not going to touch base the Selenium, but when it comes to Cypress, like mostly they compare with the Playwright. So why they compare with the Playwright is like, so both started together, and then they are been a more or less competition towards each other, because uh, whenever like you go to a client and then your going to project is going to be starting from the scratch, so basically they'll ask you to compare the tools, like how do you come up with this tool, or like say how do you know this tool is a perfect match for your automation, all these things. So basically to compare and play around. So basically these are the most widely used tools that I picked it up. Say Cypress, Playwright, and Selenium, all these things. So out of which, like say Selenium has dominated, as I said before, but Cypress and Playwright, more or less, they are going to be like equal in the race. So whenever you know like Cypress, so Playwright is also going to do the same thing, and it's going to be easier. So don't worry about the tools, because more or less all the tools are going to be the same. But when you do the comparison, there comes the problem, like why this functionality is not available in Cypress, why this functionality is available in Playwright, and it goes on. So that's a long debate, so we don't need to touch base that. But this is the overall comparison or the competitors for Cypress. So Cypress, so all the three tools are licensed open source. Sorry, it's open source. And the language supported is like say mostly like the Playwright and Selenium supports all the languages, but Cypress supports only two. So why it supports two is like in the previous slide, as we have seen, it was developed by the native language JavaScript. So that's wherein the JavaScript comes into picture. And then the TypeScript, basically the TypeScript is the trending language that is going in. So that will also come in it's already implemented, so if you want you can use it up. It is something like that. And then the editors. So if you want to start with Cypress, so what editor I can use it? So VS Code is a very good editor, but ultimately it depends on your convenience. So I've seen like a lot of people moving towards, like say when they use Cypress, they move towards the VS Code, because it is nowadays is VS Code is like a very good tool even to write the C sharp code or the Java code as well. So VS Code is the way to go. And even for Playwright, again VS Code is supported, but again you can use IntelliJ as well, just starting it up. And Selenium, it's a traditional tool. Eclipse and IntelliJ, it's a very traditional tool available, you can use it up. And installation, basically Cypress, it's via node. So there is a particular server available, we call it as a node, and from the node we can install it up. And similarly Playwright, from the node also we can install it up. And Selenium is a standalone server. So when I mean standalone server, it's basically a jar file available, you can download it and you can use it up. And framework perspective, like what all the frameworks that we can use it with these stuffs. So Cypress has a native runner. So basically it doesn't work under any frameworks, it has its own functionality, own framework and all these things available. Whereas Playwright, it can be integrated with Playwright test, Jest, Jasmine, Mocha, Vi test and stuff. Whereas Selenium, it's whole lot of different stuff. Selenium, it has compatible with almost all the things. But Cypress, the main feature, like say why people move towards Cypress, or why people learn Cypress, or why people demand Cypress, is like due to the only thing, the native runner. And also like it is built upon something like Mocha and Chai, THA. So it's built upon these two particular frameworks, Mocha and Chai. So that's why like why I specifically mention now Mocha and Chai, it is like all the validations, verifications, everything will be part of the Mocha and Chai, with integrated with the Cypress, and you can easily use it for your validations. Maybe now just note it up maybe for your references, but in the future, in the class coming up sessions and all, we'll be seeing all these things. And what are the browsers supported? So basically all these things supports all the browsers. And one specific unique feature of Cypress is like it has something called an Electron browser. Again, it's a native part of the Cypress, so it's also available. So but it inherits almost all the behavior of Chrome, so there is no difference between the Chrome and the Electron. uh, but I couldn't say exactly like that. It's like a sister of Chrome actually. So Electron, basically if you want to use it, you can use it, but still all the test cases needs to be executed on the Chrome, or whichever the browser your application supports. This is about it. So any doubts over here so far, or anything you want to ask me in this slides or in previous slides so far? Maybe I guess it's a no, since people are quiet. Okay, let's move on with the session. So in case if you have any doubts or something, please don't uh, avoid yourself from pinging or unmuting yourself. No issues, just unmute and tell me what is your doubt, or just ping in the chat as well. No issues. And then now going to the installation configuration part of it. So basically before going to the installation part, let's see something like say how does the Cypress work. So usually when you go to like google.com, let's go to google.com, and there is something called a Cypress docs. So why Cypress stands out everywhere is like say because it has a very good community. So you have a very good documentation. So whatever you want, it is all documented over here. You can also contribute towards documentation, is dedicated community for it altogether. But Playwright has a dedicated community as well. Cypress, like going to be like whenever like I still remember like one of my client was telling like whether to go to Selenium or Cypress. Playwright was telling like whether to go to Selenium or Cypress. Playwright was telling like whether to go to Selenium or Cypress. of question. And Cypress is very easy to have application. So I will show you like Vinayak, you're there. I think you raised your hand.
Yeah, yeah. No, no. So when you ask question, which tool you use, at that time I
Uh,
raised that.
oh, okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I missed it out. Yeah. Okay, fine. Thank you. So coming to the installation part of Cypress, so it's going to be a pretty straightforward installation, whether you use your Windows or your Mac or Linux, no issues. So straightforwardly, like you can install it, but to install it, you need to have a prerequisite called Node. So Node is something like from the Node only, basically the Cypress is available. So without Node, the Cypress doesn't work. But still, if you want to work without node, so there is again a standalone application available, but I wouldn't recommend it, because having a node is different and having a standalone download is different, because node supports almost everything, like everything, in the sense Cypress will be available as part of the node, and from there you can use it up. But again, if you want to go ahead, like say you want to handle it separately, you can still do it, but it's usually not recommended to do. Like you can handle like Cypress. Maybe let me show you that one, Cypress installation. So you can see it over here. So that's the installation part, but this is the direct download I was talking about. So you can download it directly and use it up, but still I wouldn't recommend it, because using a node is different and using this way is a different, because sometimes you don't have that synchronization or those kind of stuffs available. So it is always good to have or install a node. So let's see like from where and which place you can install a node. So you can go to your Google or Chrome and you can type like node installation. So this is going to be the preliminary part. So without node, it doesn't work. So you can see this is the official website, nodejs.org. So you need to click on this one, and depending upon what platform you use, Windows, Mac or source, you can download it up. So I use a Mac, so basically I click on this, so it's getting downloaded. But if it's going to be a Windows, click on this one. So
Yeah, I think we lost you. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, Aravind. We can't hear you.
Is it audible now? Hello? Hello? Is it audible now? Okay, yeah, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Sumati. Yeah, thank you. Okay, I hope it's audible now. Maybe I'm not sure why my mic is going turned off again and again. Maybe I'll check it up. Apologize for it. Okay, so let's so these are the two commands like npm init and npm install dev. So I would recommend you to use this command once you go to a path wherein you're going to configure the Cypress. So then you execute on the path these two commands, and then from the project path you need to run this npm install -g yarn. So this yarn command on the previous version of Cypress, it was not there, but in the current version they have included it, and any project you need to do a yarn. So what does this yarn do basically is like, let me show it to you quickly. Give me a minute, let me show you what does the yarn do basically. So because other two items, like it's very straightforward one, you just click it and then it installs. So this is a small Cypress project. So let me show it to you. Cypress automation. So basically when you run this particular command, yarn command, npm install yarn. Okay, sorry, where is my this command, npm install -g yarn. So it's nothing but npm is the command for node, and install is command install wherever you find, it's nothing but to install, and -g is nothing over here, is nothing but install it globally in the path where you're going to set. And yarn is nothing but you can find something over here as yarn lock. So it will create a particular file like this for you on the project. This is the project actually, so on this project it will be created for you. And here again, to explain this command, npm node command, again install same node, and Cypress, it's the what you're going to install from the node, it's going to be the Cypress, and save and dev. So save and dev is nothing but you are going to save on a particular location, and dev is nothing but it's a developer option, you are going to modify it out. so that's why we use it up. And npm is nothing but init is nothing but it is the initialization. So without this command, you cannot see a particular file named package.json. So you need to have this package.json. Why you need to have this package.json is like in your installation or your configuration is because without having this package.json, your Cypress doesn't work, simple as it is, because this only will pulls all the dependencies basically from this only pulls all your dependencies from your node. Actually node meaning is like from your npm. So from your npm it pulls all your dependencies into something like say over here, like let me open it, package.json. You can see over here all the configurations are available over here. So without this package.json you cannot work, simple as it is. Like see, you can see I have pulled one dependency over here, and these are all the configurations that I have set it over here for your Cypress. So any doubts here so far till now in the installation part? Okay, I assume it's a no, so let's move on. So installation are you guys with me basically? Yeah, maybe a yes or no would be helpful to understand whether you're good or something is missing or you want to more elaborative on that. Yes, Vikram, you want to convey something?
Yeah, I mean, actually, we lost you while you were explaining the installation part. So in the middle,
Uh,
we lost your voice.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, okay. I'll tell you again. Okay. So for the installation part, so basically the prerequisite will be the node. So that's going to be the prerequisite part. So without node, your Cypress doesn't work, simple as it is, because there is a standalone application again available to install the Cypress, but usually I don't recommend it up. So you can see it over here. This is official Cypress documentation. If you're not using the node or npm in your project, you can straight away download this one. But basically I don't recommend this because it creates a lot of problems, simple as it is, because when node is available, you can use the node to its most usefulness, because without a node basically you cannot download any dependencies. Again, once you download the Cypress, only Cypress will be downloaded. In order to download any other dependencies that your project wants or you want to add it to your project, again you need to download it and add it. But if you have a node, it will be simple and useful for you. On one execution of command you can install it. For example, if I so this is a yarn command, so I can install it from npm. But if you want to download this yarn separately, you need to go to the yarn official website and download it up. That's again a painstaking process. See here, I similarly have used like npm install mat.js. Mat.js is a particular dependency available, like I showed you in the Visual Studio. This is the dependency. So if you want to download this dependency, you can again download it as standalone, but usually we don't do it. We install it from the npm, from the node. So that is the easy way to go. It doesn't consume time more. It easily installable on the go. So it's one of the easiest thing that the node has ever created. So whatever dependencies you want, you put it in your node and then use it up, simple as it is. It will be very easy one. So that's why I recommend not to use the downloaded one. Better we go with the npm one. So this is how, that's why the node is a very important part. Like say, instead of calling it as a node, let's call it as a node.js, simple as it is. It's a very important one to install it up. Simple, you go to the node.js or download. So if it's going to be a Windows installer, just double click it and install it up. If it's going to be a Mac, there's a package available, but for Mac I wouldn't recommend the package because the home path or something will be not set properly. So better there is something called a homebrew available actually. Usually they call it as like homebrew. From there you can install it up, simple as it is. Just one question. So majority like what type of platform you use? Do you use your Windows or your Mac? So if you let me know, I can bring that particular item. Okay, so there is one more question. Can we implement POM also with Cypress? Definitely. Yeah, we can use it. We can use implement the POM. As you know, like a page object model is like a way to go for any framework. For Cypress, definitely that's a thumbs up for Cypress. Definitely we can use it, but there is a different way of implementation. It's not the traditional way how you do it in Selenium. Yes, I think Vikram had a question. Maybe please go ahead. Windows. Okay, fine, fine. Okay. So if it is Windows, like we will move ahead with Windows. I don't mind. So Windows also is going to be easier. So since this is the first session, so just I'm showing it to you, but and uploading it, and then we'll showing it to you all together. Like this is the command. So npm init. So initialization. So if you use this particular command only, you will package JSON. If you don't use this, you don't get this. So when I say like it's going to be a yarn lock, so you can see what does a yarn lock do. So basically it locks all these things. What Cypress, what is a node version, so and so, what are the dependencies, everything it compiles as a package and then keeps it up. Basically yarn is nothing but it packages all your Cypress project and just keeps as it is. Okay, so any doubt Vikram over here on the installation part, or not only Vikram, like anyone, you have any doubts so far? Mac as well. Okay, okay, shortly Mac as well. So installation alone differs okay, sure, sure. Thank you, Vikram. So Tilly and Vikram, like only the installation differs in the Mac and Windows. Maybe if you want me to show you on both, I can very well show you. I don't have any issues. But going forward, we'll use one platform, Windows or Mac, whoever is the majority, because both the things I can't execute it on both the machines. That's the thing. So this is about the installation part. So this is how your project structure will be looking like. So just to know the project structure. So in depth we'll see it later part, don't worry about it. Anyhow we are going to see all the things available, what each one does. So this is the project structure, and package JSON and yarn lock, these two items will be generated only with npm init and in npm install -g yarn. And you can ask me what does this particular option does. So that will generate this node modules. This node module is generated by this install. Okay, simple as it is. So these three commands are mandatory. We need to do it both in Windows, Mac, Linux, whatever is the platform. And after the installation, now coming to the bigger picture. So what is the architecture of Cypress? So architecture of Cypress is nothing but, as I said, as I told you, it's from the Node.js. So all the browser action is interacting with the Node.js, and Node.js has a Cypress inside, and depending upon the proxy inside the Cypress, it works. So it is something like Node.js is available, and inside the Node.js Cypress is available. Cypress will send has a proxy server inside. So from the server it redirects to the browser, and the browser response redirects to the proxy, and that is how the interaction goes. So whatever the automation architecture you like, say not the architecture, the tool that you use, almost everything will look the same. It's not different. So everything will have a server for interaction, and the browser interaction, and from the browser to the server, and server to the browser. So this is how it works. But in Cypress case, it's going to be the Node.js. That is our mother of Cypress. So from there only we have the proxy server, and then it hits the browser. So this is how it works, a simple architecture. So it's going to be an interaction between the Node.js Cypress and the browser, and the interaction goes by like something like to and fro, request and a response. So that is how it goes about. And when we go to the next one, what a Cypress can do. So what a Cypress can do, so basically it can interact with all the elements inside a web application. Whatever you name it, you can interact it out. So for example, text box, checkbox, radio button, table validation, drop down, windows handling, alerts, pop-ups, scrolling within a page, anything you can handle. For instance, let me show you one unique thing about Cypress. You people heard about the slider option available? Sliders in a web page. Maybe let me show you how does a slider is there. Mm, okay. Okay, so let's take this web page just to show you the unique uh, what are the features available as part of particular framework, because I found this one very. So this is a
Arvind,
particular
your
demo
voice is
website.
breaking.
Okay, so in this only we are going to show all your upcoming sessions. Oh, voice is breaking. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I think today my internet is not quite stable. So just a minute. You're able to hear me now? Hello.
Ah, yes, Arvind. Yes, yes.
Uh, yeah. Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
Arvind, we can
I
hear
think
you.
internet connection. Correct. Yeah. Thank you. So we'll extend the session by another 5-10 minutes. Apologize for that, for consuming more time. Just we'll close it up. I want to show the features and how does it works actually, and then we can have a Q&A, short Q&A for 2-3 minutes, and then we can wind it up. Okay, it's not available. It's not popping up. But I'll show you. Don't worry. So, but it can specifically mention the sliders as well, because like you have some interaction that you can do in the web page with the help of arrow buttons inside your laptop or desktop. So that is what I meant about slider. So you can use that one, and the focusing of the element will not vary. Because why it doesn't vary, why it does all these things on ultra fast or very good manner is like, only because of this particular point that I was telling you. Because it's native. So with this native Cypress running, it can perform
Yeah,
anything and
Arvind,
everything
actually, we
actually.
are not
So
able to
that's
see
why
your
I
screen.
mentioned like it is a still carry. Okay, sorry Tilly, like I'll improve it. Let me. It's not a stable connection. Yeah.
Yeah, Arvind, we are unable to see your screen.
Sorry.
We are unable to see your screen.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. Can you come again?
Yeah, Arvind,
See
we are
my
actually
screen.
not
Okay.
able to see your screen. Yeah.
Okay. Let me
Yeah, Arvind, we cannot hear you.
Now is it audible?
Yeah,
Hello, is it audible now?
yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
I
it is
think
audible
some
now.
reason like
Yeah,
it's, yeah, due to some reason it's going like muted. I'm not sure why. Maybe I'll figure it out in the next class. Yeah, we'll have a stable connection, no issues. Sorry about that. So this is the assertions and validations available. This is just a sample. It's not the complete one. I'm just giving you some idea like how does it work. So if you're afraid about like I need to write too much of coding or less coding, so this is how the coding in a Cypress will look like. cy.get. So cy is the command that is used in Cypress. It's always a command that we use it up, and get is the kind of locator. Locator is something like kind of an identifier, and should and and is the validations and assertions available. So based on this only the Cypress works in. So just to give an idea this particular thing, and just to move on to the next one, so logging. So logging in the sense logging a message. So if you have used your coding languages, that is something like printf, println, or system.out.println. All those things will be available. So those the replacement for those in Cypress is cy.log, and you write your message, simple as it is. And to move on to the next one, so what are the terminologies? So this is what we've seen now. Package.json, because specifically this is main, very important. This is should be available in your Cypress. Without this your Cypress doesn't work. So the command used is like npm init. So package JSON comprises all the npm packages in a file, usually located in the project root. It's commonly located in the root directory of the node.js project, and it gives all information about the npm. So without this your Cypress doesn't work. So this is all about the introduction of Cypress. So now going to the last slide. So any Q&A, any questions or class or schedule related, you can contact this number, you can note it down. So any classes schedules like what time, what day it starts, and all these things, you can contact Mr. Kumar, and this is his number. I think you can WhatsApp him as well. You can try to reach him over there. So this is all I had for this 1 hour. Maybe any questions you have, you can throw at me. So I'll be happy to help you. So since it's an introductory session, we don't have much topic, but going forward we are going to have like say more and more things coming up. So anything, please let me know.
yeah, Arvind, how
And
many duration of the course?
duration, I think it's like comes around like 50 to 60 hours. So basically, it doesn't go beyond 60 hours. Like we should be able to complete within like almost 55 hours. But you can again check with Kumar. So like duration is doesn't matter. Like uh, we as like we need to get you trained more. So approximately we give around like 55 hours to answer it direct. But duration is not a big thing. Yeah.
You provide both class recordings and frameworks also, right?
Yeah, it includes all the frameworks like as maybe someone mentioned in the group, like POM, everything is available. There are different ways of implementations. There are interceptions, APIs, and I don't know like whether you have seen your browser network actually to monitor the network. Also, Cypress we have it up. So all these things we do teach them. So mainly we focus on page object model, and what are like say just to brief you about what are this fixture support, everything we do it out. So page object model is the base, and then we have like Cucumber with Cypress as well. So these two frameworks we teach it out.
Okay, Arvind, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. So any questions? So maybe for class and schedule, I can ping you Kumar's contact number, so just you can WhatsApp or call, whichever is you feel handy. So maybe Mike, Sumati, Charles, Tilly, Krishna. So anyone you have any questions, kindly let me know. I'm really happy to help you. So if you don't have any questions, like, we can close in for the day. So have a happy weekend and stay safe. Yeah, thank you so much for joining.